our favorite referee, Jimmy, is a part of yet another viral video going online regarding the match he did with Chris Jericho and Dax Hardwood on Collision. I believe it was for the. Is it the was the
ROH?
RH title? I believe.
Who cares?
Hey,
This
I know,
regardless, it's
I know
regardless.
there was a belt involved.
Yeah.
well,
So
Jericho's the ROH champion.
Mhm.
correct. So Jimmy, this is something that we threw in our group chat here, and it would just I can't do it any justice. What did you take out of this viral video that they've had all over the internet?
For the three people in the world that haven't seen this video that are wrestling fans, let me just tee it up really quick.
Yeah.
Uh, Pin attempt near the ropes. Jericho puts his foot up. Referee breaks. Dax Harwood takes the referee away to the other side so Jericho can grab the belt that's on the apron. As he comes back and swings for Dax Harwood, Dax ducks. The referee ducks. He picks up Jericho for belly to back. He's still got the belt in his hand, waving it like this, and you'd have to be Stevie Wonder not to see this thing flapping around in his hands. And then he drops it as he gets dropped on his back and gets flat back. The title belt flops on the canvas. He's looking right at it and goes straight to check on Jericho. And Jericho reaches up, and it looked like he was brushing a fly off his referee shirt. I don't know what it was. And all of a sudden, cue the Keystone Cops music. I mean, like, what am I watching at this point? And not only was it embarrassing, it was an utter disgrace to watch what I saw Saturday night. And I don't know what else to say. I wish, and people are saying, why are you being so hard? Why are you being so hard? Because that's not what our business is about. That's not what our job is. We're supposed to help make the match work. We're supposed to, even when they come up with something that sounds like it's, not obviously if you offered an idea and they don't go for it, you say, okay, now I got to figure out in my head what's going to make this look more legit, as opposed to just see. I don't know, and I don't know where else to go with this. It's just so ridiculous. I know you guys have seen it. You guys go, because I picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue.
So here's Jimmy broke it down very, very well. And my biggest issue with all this, first of all, I don't know what referee in the world agrees to this again, which is an eye gouge. Okay, and then sells it like he's half dead. We have Jericho physically pushing the title out of the ring, which it wasn't out of the ring. It was just on the apron so they could run a spot. And then we have our favorite referee on a false finish after he got his eye gouged or his lip drawn out or somebody pulled his tongue. I don't know what the was. And jumps over and does this humongous 1-2 into a false finish. And
wait, can I just cut in just for a second, Brian?
Yes, you can.
For this humongous false finish with the freeze at 3 inches above the canvas. He has to freeze there for 5 seconds, and after he freezes for 5 seconds, goes back holding his face.
Yes, that too. I don't even know what the I was watching, man. Seriously. I mean, Dax and Jericho are the best in the business. I don't know how the this happened, but I guess when you involve our favorite referee, I almost think that there's not enough time in our show for me to break this down completely, totally. But this was lazy on all involved. This was horrible. This was absolutely horrible. It was a despicable display of wrestling and refereeing all together. And it was the biggest I've ever seen in my life. I mean, hugely, massively. And if anyone can watch that and persuade me to another level that I'm not at now, which means this is shit, garbage, please tell me, because I'm not going to sit there and say Bryce up. I blame a lot of this on talent as well, but I also think that he agreed to it, accepted it, tried to sell this bullshit, and then basically he kicked out. He decided to go full-blown referee, and then, like you said, Jimmy, he would go occasionally back to his face and say, oh, my God, I'm selling. What are you selling? Tell me what you're selling, first of all. What happened to you? I've watched this thing 20 times. What are you selling?
Oh, I figured it out. You know when you wake up in the morning and you got that little thing in the corner of your eye, you got
Let's go to eye booger.
Yeah, you're trying to get it out it takes you sometimes like, oh geez, it's not coming out. Oh, I'm gonna have to put some water on it.
Yeah, so let me just, as a referee, just turn my back to the whole business so I can get an eye booger.
Yep.
It's horrible. Horrible.
All right, so I'm going to do this. All right. I'm going to take up for Bryce in this situation.
I already asked you before we started this. Don't say his name.
Well, you said his name, so I personally have always had a good relationship with him. He was.
Did I say his name?
You did earlier. You did.
Say my name. Say my name.
So,
it's not karaoke time.
You could appear though. That's just somebody else.
That's coming later, Jimmy. Easy.
But you know.
Oh,
so
wait a minute, Jimmy. Put that on the shelf. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Let me get my notepad out.
All right, go ahead.
So here's what I'm going to defend him. Okay, and when you work for a company,
can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, listen, you work for a company, and I've been in a situation similar to this, where you get told, this is the spot. This is what you're doing. And you literally, and I don't know if he did this or not. I have no idea. I'm going to say that he did. You can go and argue and say, this makes no sense. Why would I do this? I shouldn't do this. But then you get told, this is a spot. This is what the boys want, or the producer wants, or this is what the owner of the company wants, whatever it may be, this is what you got to do. Okay. And you go out and do it. And maybe he's Shawn Michaels and in against Hulk Hogan. I don't know. Maybe he's doing that. Maybe he legit is doing what they're telling him to do, and he's not overselling something.
He'll never do anything close to that. But go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that in his defense, he's doing exactly what he was told to do. And as a person who probably loves to be employed like me, he's going to listen to his boss, whether he agrees or not, he's going to do it. Now, I've been in the same situation in places I've worked, and I have argued with this person, the booker, the runner of this company, the legend, the WWE legendary person that he is. I've argued with Al Snow about something. And he will say, nope, this is what you're overthinking it. Just do this. The people don't care. Yes, they do. No, they don't do it. And I've had to do it because he's the boss. It's his show. And I had to do a spot that I disagree with. But I've also been in the other end where I've argued and got my point across and got it changed. So it's one of those things that, if that's what he was told to do and he went out and did it, kudos for him to listen to his boss. But I don't know.
Daniel, what a ass kisser you are.
I'm not kissing anyone's ass. I'm just being honest.
Brother.
Okay.
Brother.
Here's the thing, Daniel. Okay. I get where you're coming from and I understand the point. But at the same time, if that's the situation, then it's up to you to do your best to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
100% agree there.
That falls on you. But when you take chicken shit and you make it into cow patties, you've just taken a bad situation and made it 10 times worse by your actions, reactions, and that sort of thing. It didn't, in this situation, it didn't work at all.
I wasn't a fan of it. I'm not saying that I wasn't a fan of it. I probably would have done something. I probably would have handled it and did something differently. My style and my way of training, it would have done something. I would have still done it because I was told to do it, but I would have done something different. I would have done it differently than that. But that's why I'm defending him on that. Now, as far as what he did after that, I can only say what I would have done, and mine would have looked completely different.
Daniel, who trained you?
Well, I've been trained by quite a few people, but the one that trained me the most is by a guy by the name of Brian Hebner. You ever heard of him?
No, I haven't. He's just shits. But here's what I'm telling you right now.
Who do you ever beat? Who do you ever beat?
If you ever pulled that kind of shit right there, you can defend him all you want, and that's fine. You know, watching what you watched is nothing I've ever trained you to be like. That is bullshit. That's dumb. And Jimmy is right when he says he could make chicken shit out of chicken salad. He did not.
The other way around.
Is it the other way around? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's awful. It's awful. I'm not blaming him totally 100%. I just can't believe the two guys that were in the ring allowed this thing to happen like this. I really can't. I don't understand it. And I think it's basically, to me, it's two guys that don't give a and then you got a referee who just wants to get himself over. So it was awful. Awful. I can't say it more.